Hey, I'm gonna run a clip probably ahead of this that was some of the rain we've gotten. This is the 2 weeks since I planted this, and the farther we get into it, the worse my planting looks. Like I skipped big bunches, but I don't think that's what happened. There's dead furrows all over in this and ruts where they farmed it before. As you can see, there's water standing. At home, 4 miles from here, we had Friday night, Saturday morning, about 6 inches of rain. And then Sunday morning, we got another 1.5 inches, and it just poured again this morning. So it could be in the last, and they actually got more rain the farther east and south of us. So it could be that over here we got 10 inches of rain in the last 3 days. So, to my credit, there's about 1,000 set of tracks in this field. And I was trying to go, I don't have no GPS or nothing to plant it with. I was trying to go off my last track, so obviously down here at the end I got to where I didn't have it figured out so good, huh? It's coming on good though, it looks good. I'll step out here in the mud and show you. It's getting up there, growing real nice. I would say the other side had a lot more grass on it that didn't get killed when I sprayed it, but it looks to me like we're going to have a good stand of haygrazer here. This is sorghum Sudan. It's 2 weeks old. We had some flooding, flooded hayfield there by my house that gets so wet and we have to wait for it to dry out. And so it still had standing grass on it. And we're going to get it baled maybe in August. So, and this is June 27, I believe. Man. If it don't rain anymore over here the rest of the summer, it'll be good. I mean, it won't dry up all that much. Driving Miss Mary Kay today. This is my wife's old car. She just got her newer one. And we bought this car as a program car from Chevrolet up in Joplin. But I wanted a video all the way home. I'll try to do it. Sorry, it's shaky. My holder is my hand. I bet them people right there are glad it rained. Quit smelling like chicken crap right across from their house. I baled these fields here already. And y'all, we was getting really dry. This whole ground over here is kind of more flat prairie, and it holds water really good, holds moisture in the ground. And that over home, which I know it's not very far, but it's totally different. It does not hold water. This guy here didn't bale his, he just mows it. I guess he wanted a yard, not a field. They baled that and already moved that off. So this is Iris Road. Used to be known as Log Cabin Road. It's the west side of 43 at BB Highway. Was a feed store there at BB Highway and 43 that got blown away in the Pitcher tornado in 08. And actually the tornado came right across that property where I planted that haygrazer at. It's all been picked up and everything, but the people I'm borrowing the ground from have had a house in there, and one of them and their son was actually, she and her son was actually home when they done that. Yep, they baled that field back there. They baled these up here. I don't believe any of this hay got rained on when it was down. Baled these fields up here. We just went by a bar. I should have pointed that out. That bar had a big shindig here a couple weekends ago, and they was playing music down here that I could hear plainly at my house, especially their bass drum or bass guitar. Bailed that all up there and got it put up without getting rained on it. This is not my hay, none of it is. Stuff across from the corner here has gotten baled. My area, right here in the immediate area where I'm at, there's not much dirt farming. It's just about all cattle pasture and hay and woods. There's quite a little bit of ground that's just woods. Quite a bit of ground out in here that is actually still owned by heirs of the original allotments. All this Oklahoma ground was allotted out to Indians, Native Americans, and yeah, the place back there on the left had been baled. And a lot of it, they have some rules about that, and one of them is people would give that as an inheritance to their children, and they'd break it up in undivided shares, so that the natives did this. They'd give it to their children in undivided shares. Well, one of them would figure out they couldn't do anything with it, and they'd sell some white man their undivided share. And their rules was, as long as an original or an heir of the original allotment still owned any part of it, he had controlling interest. So he might only have a fraction of 1 acre of a 40-acre piece, and he'd still have controlling interest over the whole thing because he is a original heir to the allotment. There's some hay over there that's been baled. They baled this here. I think they do that in square bales and put it in a barn. Orange Branch Creek was up down here by the house so big Saturday morning I couldn't cross the bridge. You couldn't even see the bridge. And the guardrails, in a picture on my phone, I really can't see the signs at the ends of the guardrails either, but I don't think it was that high. I think they just disappeared in the water, kind of. But it's washed out my fence, washed out my neighbor's fence. I don't have any cattle down there. I'm waiting to try to bale it. And he had baled his. I thought that the water had washed all his hay away, but you can see his fence down there is all down with garbage. That creek hardly ever runs much. And washed all that rock up out of the road ditch. That piece of wood out in the middle of that was not there. Washed out Tom's culvert pretty bad. And all this stuff over here. Took down his fence. And there's water running out of them fields in the end of the road. Yeah, I just got past. The water actually ran out in this field all the way across it, and I could see the water from the house with the grass standing on it. So it'll be a few weeks before we bale that, but it's nice and green. The grass in it's still growing, and it'll be fine. We did not have any hay down when it rained. I've got all of our hay that was mowed baled up. I'd like to be able to tell you a number, but I don't know it. I don't think we baled but 150 bales or less this week. Can't remember. That was about it. But Dad and I got a bunch of ours. I got all of mine moved. A cousin of mine gave me his old truck to get it out of his barn, and so and I've gotten a way to get some litter now. So I went and picked that up this morning. Drove it here 15 miles, and it would not shift out into high range. So I drove it in 5th gear. It's an old GMC or Chevrolet Kodiak. It's got a 3208 cat, 10-speed Fuller transmission. But that's about the tour of it. Thanks for watching my videos, and be sure to like and comment and subscribe. And I know we've gotten a bunch of rain, but I know there's still a lot of folks across the country that ain't got much rain, so we continue praying that the Lord will bless you all with some rain. And if we could share, I'd share some, but it don't work that way. So thanks for watching. Talk to you later. Bye.